Did you know that your current reality can be shaped by your own perceptions and affirmations? Discover how scientist Robert transformed his life with a simple yet powerful belief, inspired by the teachings of Neville Goddard. Your mind is the key to unlocking a future of success and security. Don't miss this story of transformation and the power of affirming your reality. Click now to explore how your thoughts can create your future. A story shared with me by a journalist about Robert, an eminent scientist, illustrates this point. Robert revealed that from a young age, despite his unfavorable economic situation and without any evidence of the future success he would achieve, he set an ambitious goal for himself. He recounted how his vision of success and stability condensed into a powerful affirmation, one that presupposes that his longing for success and security had already materialized. He repeated this affirmation constantly until the idea of success and stability dominated his thinking, displacing any other. Although the exact words of Dr. Millikan may vary, the essence communicated was, "I possess a generous, stable, and secure source of income, aligned with integrity and mutual benefit." As I have emphasized on multiple occasions, everything lies in how we perceive ourselves. That which we do not claim as true for ourselves will not manifest in our existence. Dr. Millikan expressed his aspiration for success and security in the present tense, avoiding any suggestion of futurity, as that would indicate a lack of current possession of those qualities. Instead, he transformed his dream into a present reality. He said, "I possess a generous, stable, and secure source of income, aligned with integrity and mutual benefit." To materialize our dreams, we must convert them into a present reality in our minds. It is essential to experience in imagination what we would live in reality if we achieved our goal, as the soul, seeing itself in a desired situation, adopts the results of that imaginary act. If it does not visualize itself in that situation, it will remain alien to its results. The purpose of this doctrine is to elevate us to a higher level of consciousness, fostering confidence and self-affirmation within us, for that which awakens within us acts as our guide and healer. The first step towards healing or correction is always to rise. To understand the meaning of this constant imperative in the scriptures, we must recognize that the universe, seen from within, is composed of infinite levels, and our essence is defined by our position in this hierarchy. As we ascend in consciousness, our environment transforms in consonance with the new level reached. One who emerges from their prayer as a transformed person has received an answer to their plea. To modify our current reality, like Dr. Millikan, we must ascend to a higher plane of consciousness. This elevation is achieved by affirming that we are already what we aspire to be, embodying the feeling of the fulfilled desire. Life is a psychological drama, and our attitudes influence more than our actions. The only way to escape our present reality is through a profound psychological change. It all comes down to how we consider ourselves. That which we do not affirm as true for ourselves will not flourish in our lives. Much is said about humility and meekness, but what does a meek person really embody? It is not about being submissive or insignificant, as it is often interpreted. Those who see themselves as insignificant have lost sight of the true purpose of the Spirit. To transform our reality, we must measure ourselves not by the circumstances we perceive, but by the example of people like Dr. Millikan, who, despite his precariousness and lack of evidence, affirmed, "I possess a generous, stable, and secure source of income, aligned with integrity and mutual benefit." These people are the truly meek according to the Gospels, those destined to inherit the earth. Any denial of the best of ourselves deprives us of this inheritance. The promise is, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." The word originally translated as meek denotes the opposite of resentment or anger. It implies domestication, similar to the process by which a wild animal is tamed. Once tamed, the mind can be compared to a vine that, after being pruned, grows in a controlled manner, shedding the superfluous and producing abundant fruit, in gratitude to the one who cultivated it with wisdom. A meek man is one whose internal discipline allows him to focus only on the best, to think only of the positive. He embodies the advice to focus thought on what is true, honest, just, pure, lovely, and of good report, seeking virtue and praise in all things. We ascend to a higher plane of consciousness not through the suppression of our passions, but through the cultivation of our virtues. In essence, a meek person is one who has absolute mastery over their moods, always choosing those of a higher nature, aware that to coexist with the sublime, it is essential to maintain an elevated disposition. I am convinced that, like Dr. Millikan, any person has the power to redirect the course of their life. The methodology he employed to transform his desires into present realities, based on the noble purpose of common benefit, represents an ideal to which we all aspire. It is much simpler to visualize collective well-being than to focus exclusively on selfish desires. Through our capacity to imagine and affirm, we have the power to reshape our environment and our destiny. For those with lofty goals and an iron discipline, this process is intrinsically natural. Therefore, it is imperative that we strive to be disciplined individuals. The theme of changing our future touches deeply the heart of each one of us. I hope you are learning to be that disciplined person, that meek being capable of modifying your future for the common good. If you pay attention, you will notice how each mood finds an immediate echo in this message, allowing you to apply these teachings to everyday vicissitudes. By understanding the connection between our mood and our circumstances, we embrace with openness what life presents to us, aware that every encounter is part of our creative process towards a new existence. This journey begins with a change in our mood. Each elevation in our being opens a portal to a higher level of existence. Let us transform our lives and communities through an elevated mood. Both individuals and collectivities achieve spiritual growth proportional to their capacity to aspire to higher ideals. If our ideals degrade, we sink. If they are elevated, we reach heights previously unimaginable. Maintaining a good mood is essential to walk among the highest, for even the heights are destined to be inhabited. Creative imagination always involves an emotional component. Feeling acts as the ferment without which creation is impossible. Our longing to overcome our current state is legitimate and necessary for progress. It is natural to yearn for a fuller life, greater understanding, health, and security. As mentioned in the Gospel of St. John, chapter 16, "Until now you have asked nothing in my name." Humanity needs a spiritual awakening that implies an authentic religious attitude, where each individual commits to embodying a higher and more valuable version of themselves, just as Dr. Millikan did. A nation can only attain the wisdom that its individuals generate. Therefore, self-help has always been my message, knowing that by striving to embody a higher version of ourselves, all other forms of help will become accessible. The ideal we pursue awaits a new incarnation, which can only be born through our humanity. We must live as if we already are what we desire to be, aware that, although our assumption may seem false to the outside world, if we persist, it will manifest as reality. The perfect man is not deceived by appearances, he judges with fairness. He sees himself and others as he wishes them to be, listening only to what he wants to hear, seeing only the good. He knows the truth, and this truth frees him and guides him towards good, promising to liberate all of humanity. This is our spiritual rebirth. Character is largely forged by the direction and persistence of our conscious attention. By thinking with truth, divine thoughts will be our companions. By speaking with truth, every word will become a seed that will bear fruit. By living with truth, our life will stand as a magnificent and noble creed.